As if the Target bullshit wasn't enough with their Pride merch front and center in their stores, now we've discovered this. This girl, born a female with boobs and a vagina, yeah, you can see where her boobs are cut off here. She has partnered with Target to sell her weird merchandise. These are the items that are available on Target's website. But y'all, look at the background of this person. They need mental help. They need God. Satan respects pronouns? And let's not forget this one. If I cannot inspire love, I will cause fear. How is that okay? I mean, she literally says that she's inspired by the occult. Y'all, if you're still shopping at Target, stop. There are better choices out there. Just stop.
What's going on, everybody? Wired here. Hope you guys are having a superb Saturday. And yes, once again, I am back to complain about a boycott that is ramping up to be the next Anheuser-Busch Budlight controversy. Yes, we are talking about the clothing company department store known as Target, which has seen their stock options drop a whole $30 in the past 2 weeks after their rollout of the tuck-friendly bathing suits, the onesies, the Pride onesies marketed towards children. And it seems like every time you turn around, the situation gets worse and worse for them, which is how we're going to get into this article. New York City Youth Pride event partners with founding sponsor Target. What a surprise. Now, they're going to say they're not after your kids. They're going to say this isn't a grooming tactic at all. But we all know that's a bunch of ish. They're absolutely after your children. They wouldn't be marketing clothes to your children if they weren't after them. At least Anheuser-Busch has plausible deniability about that. Because you got to be 21 to drink, supposedly. Or you're supposed to be, I should say. But Target has no such thing when they're actually making bathing suits tuck-friendly for, little boys. Amid the fierce criticism surrounding Target's LGBT advocacy, the well-known retail store is partnering with the NYC Youth Pride event set to take place on June 24th. And again, there should be no such thing as a youth pride event. I am all for, everyone's going to say, oh, you're a transphobe, you're a bigot, oh, you're homophobic. No, that's not true at all. I know not a ton of gay people, a few gay people. I have a gay cousin. I'm fine with him. What I have a problem with is the targeting of youth. Youth is the key word here, and I think that's probably what most people have problems with, because make no mistake, they're after your kids. They want to say they're not, but the proof is in the, in the retail. The event hosted by New York City Pride is promoted as an annual celebration for LGBTQIA, XYZW, RSG, allied teens. In partnership with Target, its founding sponsor, the NYC Pride website reads, Target has been facing backlash over the last several weeks for featuring Pride attire for children. In the wake of the controversy, the retail has lost over $10 billion, the New York Post reported. I've actually seen it's a little higher than that. It might be around 11, 12 billion right now, but yeah, they're suffering for it. The Minneapolis-based company has also been criticized for giving money to GLSEN, or GLSEN, which is known for providing schools with free resources on spicy books that are not appropriate for children, but they want to put in the library to corrupt your kids. The Minneapolis-based company has also been, I already said that. The first NYC Youth Pride event was held in 2017. It has included drag queens, DJs, and cast from Broadway shows over the years, with some events tagged as kid-friendly. And listen, I'm going to be very clear on this. My stance has not changed on this. These type of events should not have anything to do with children at all. If you can't take a children to a strip club, you should not be able to take them to a pride event or a drag show. It is the same type of adult content. Now, I have no cap. I have no problem with people wanting to go to these events. Just do not bring your kids. It's really that simple. I think the left acts like, people who are right-winged or even moderates. I don't even think I'm that right-winged. I think I'm just a moderate person. That we're all crazy because we don't want our kids indoctrinated. We're not crazy. We're not. We just don't want sexuality shoved down our children's throats. I know I don't want it for my daughter, and I'm sure any parent out there who's listening does not want it for their kid either. Kids are going to get into all that in good time. It will happen when they grow up. It does not need to happen when they're children. Simple. It's really simple. In 2022, the cast of Kinky Boots and the Youth Pride Chorus sang a song called Everybody Say Gay. The song appears to be a response to parental rights legislation championed by Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, which the media and some celebrities dubbed the Don't Say Gay bill, which 100% is complete disinformation that's already been proven. There is no law in Florida that you cannot say gay in the public school systems or private school systems, whatever they're trying to push. This is all about them wanting to ban certain sexually explicit content from being in your kid's library. And for some reason, these sickos have a problem with it. Sorry, I'm getting a little heated. In its first year, the queer fashion brand Dapper Q partnered with NYC Pride and Target by holding a young adult fashion show, which was shown in a YouTube video. The video's description says the event was geared towards teens and their families. I don't even know if it should be geared towards teens. I guess at least teens, depending on what age you are with that. If you're like, 15, 16, 17, you're figuring out your sexual identity, your body is changing. All right. But there's, I don't know. I really do not feel like this should be geared towards anybody who is not over the age of 18. We have things set in place for everything else. You can't smoke. At least in my state, unless you're 21, drink until you're 21. Enlist in the army until you're 18. Buy a gun unless you're 18. But for some reason, you can try to get gender reaffirming surgery when you're 4 years old. Because that makes sense. We understand children do not have the correct autonomy to assert such control over their lives without understanding the ramifications of it. And yet, when it comes to self-mutilation, well, that's totally okay. We'll give them 2 thumbs up. Oh, go live your truth. No. Absolutely not. This needs to be pushed back on. And you know what? Apparently not everybody is really on board with this. Article from Fox News. Target Insider says rank and file staffers feel left behind by execs without our best interest in mind. And I'm sure they're feeling the sting. I'm sure not everybody. I'm sure most people, most sensible people, do not like working at Target and having this controversy happen. Because guess, the people who are working there, they didn't do anything wrong. The managers who work in the stores, they didn't do anything wrong. They have to deal with this backlash from CEOs who are so insulated from the general public that they never have to see any of the crap that they've come to fruition, but they'll put it on somebody else. That's the corporate ladder for you. The higher up you go, the more ish you eat. Many rank and file Target staffers are questioning if they belong at the retailer. After a disaster rollout of LGBTQ Pride Month merchandising has left staffers on both sides of the issue peeved at the company's high-powered decision makers, according to a well-placed insider. Quote, our teams feel left behind. The vast majority of our team feels like decisions are being made that impact them. It doesn't matter which side you're on. You now feel like people are making decisions without our best interests. Unquote. And I would 100% agree with that. You've inserted your employees into woke identity politics. You have now put them in the line of fire for decisions you've made that you will never actually see the ramifications of. This is no different than starting a war and enlisting young children, young boys, to go off and fight that war while you sit back in your mansion, your Senate houses, all that type of stuff. Sometimes it is necessary to do. Sometimes it's not. But it's definitely easier to make those types of decisions when you will never personally suffer the ramifications of it. I'm sorry, I know I'm a little heated in this video. I'm just really sick of seeing stuff like this. You think from Anheuser-Busch they would learn, but they're not going to learn. The only way they learn, you vote with your wallet. So I applaud everybody out there who has stopped going to Target, saying enough is enough. I do not want my kids involved in this. I do not want them indoctrinated. Protect your children because they are after them. Make no mistake, they are coming for your kids. If it's not in one way, it's another. If it's not through a retailer, it's through a beer brand. Not through the beer brand, it's through the school library. They're trying to get to them any way they can. Protect your children. Be vigilant, parents. Do what you got to do. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. That's all I got for right now. Leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. I will catch you on the next one. Thank you for listening to my rant this long. Later.